now it's Saturn. Okay, so what happened if you have Saturn as darakaraka? Darakaraka, if you don't know, it's your spouse that hold the lowest degree in your natal chart, a planet that is in the lowest degree in your natal chart. So if Saturn is holding the lowest degree in your natal chart, then he becomes your darakaraka, which is your spouse. So Saturn, again, this is very generic reading. It has nothing to do with the placement, it has nothing to do with the sign. It just completely just generic placement, not placement, the planet only, and that is today is Saturn. So if you have this planet as your darakaraka, Saturn is very strict planet, and he is a cold, eerie planet. So if you have this planet as your spouse, now imagine this: you have a man or a woman in your life as your spouse. The person, your spouse, it becomes someone that is so, I'd say, cold in personality. But that doesn't mean that just because you have this darakaraka as your spouse, it doesn't mean that Saturn is not giving you some kind of like a romantic, thing. It does give a romantic trait, but this is more of like Saturn ways of giving romantics, traits. Just it just Saturn's ways of giving. So from the perspective of the looks itself, if we talking about physical, the person that you will end up with is always someone who is a little bit older than you. It's not always, again, this is very generic, but it is older than you. It can be older than you, or the persons can be younger than you, but he or she will have this knowledge of knowing things more than you. And also, if you have this as your darakaraka, the person, it's not always, but most of the time, when I see someone have Saturn as the darakaraka, they always, the spouse is always wearing some kind of glasses, mainly dark glasses. Not always, but it does giving that glasses type of a person. So the person is wearing glasses. And also Saturn represents old thing. So in the personality wise, your spouse can be someone who likes to collect old stuff, old books, old jewelry, like jewelries, old stuff generally. And your spouse can be too strict, not really like in a way, in a strict, in a conservative kind of way. It's not like that. It's depending on who influencing Saturns, of course, but it can be strict in a way to his own ideas of things. You know what I mean? And also the person that you will end up with, it's always someone who is very realistic in nature, very realistic, very grounded persons, and also very humble. Saturn doesn't like showing off, again, that's not his nature. That's Venus. That's Venus natures of like showing off stuff like that. And also the sun. So having Saturn as darakaraka, it's just that the person that you will end up with, it's always someone who is very matured minds, matured kind of like behavior. It's just someone that doesn't like, you know, childish thing. That's not what Saturn is. That's Mercury, that's the sun, stuff like that. Not with Saturn. But of course, all of this can be completely altered if there is any aspect from certain planet. Again, this is very generic reading, and this is what will you end up with as someone who is having Saturn as the darakaraka planet.